Hello everybody, that's me Osama Abu Hajar and welcome to the machine learning tutorial. In this video I'll be talking about the coding part, how to process the data, and after we process the data, how we import the libraries, how we clean it, how we deal with everything that we need to make the data ready to be trained by the machine learning. So first of all, I'm using Jupyter Notebook. I will be going to the new page and show you an actual work exactly straight on the data from the other page. So here we could go create Python 3 page. So that give us 3 Python page, exact same what I have over here, but just clean to show you exactly what we do step by step. So first of all, I have to import the data as you see over here. So we have to import the data and make the libraries ready to be used. So since we put the code inside the Jupyter Notebook, we click Shift and Enter, then that code will be executed. So we will get number, that means this code has been executed successfully. So what we import right now, we import sklearn. So basically this we say from this actual library, import me the trees. So to make the decision trees, import me panda. So BD, so call it PD for Panda. So as we said, Panda's library to read the data from CSV file, XML, and Excel. Py.plus, we might use it in incoming events as to actually generate an actual decision tree for our data. And IPython display, we import images to actually print the image on the screen. Sorry, after we import the library successfully, we have to, as we see here, we have to read the data. So if we copy this code over to the next page, we see that we have to read and load the dataset. So I have my dataset in the same file. So if you see here, I have it here. It's called game golf weather. So if I said create a new variable, this variable called data not clean. And what we do actually, we just read this data from this file. So now we have the data read from the file. So if we click Shift Enter, so as we see here, we have the data. So that exact same the data we have in XML has been moved to the coding area or to the workspace area. So I use head here to print the first 5 rows. But if I use no head, so .head print me the first 5 rows. If I don't use this one, I will get the whole rows, which is 208. So that's everything. But like to make the data more readable and easier, if we have like a huge data sets that would print everything, that's really heavy work for the process. We just say .head and .head print for us the first 5 rows. After we have the data and we have it not cleaned, we have to clean the data. As we said, we don't need location, we don't need date, we don't need the address and competition. I have mentioned this in the previous video because this data is not related to what we do right now, and all what we need is the play, outlook, temperature, humidity, and wind. So how do we clean the data? Simply, we see as I mentioned here, so we get the data clean. So yeah, I will talk about the code in the other page. So yeah, so here we do have the data clean. So now we have a new variable, it's called data clean. We could call it X, Y, or whatever. I call it data clean. Then we get the data not clean, and we say from this data which is not clean, which is this one, it dropped the location. So basically I have the location right now, it dropped. So if I just show you, so if I just print out the data not clean, so if I said go to this data and drop out location. So now I have .head to show the only first 5. So now I do print the first 5 rows of the data clean. So if we see, we don't have location anymore. So that's how we could drop the data and we don't have clean anymore. So if we would like to drop again the date and addresses, we have to get data clean to the same variable, and from the same data we have clean it, so we don't have to go back to the old one. So from the same data we dropped the location, then we drop again the rest of the stuff that we don't need. So we drop we drop right now date, so we copy date and we make it. So now we see we have no location and no date, because from the new data we have dropped data as well. If we copy the process and we just made it for the other old columns that we don't need, so let's say for addresses, so we copy addresses, we mention it here as like key, and competition, we mention from the competition axis number one, so from the first one, from the first axis on the data, go and find date and drop the whole column and drop the whole address and this one. So now if we execute this code, we see we have data exact same what we mentioned in the previous tutorial, meets our data that we have, and this data can be given to the machine learning to be learned about it. So now since we have the data clean and ready, there is no extra columns, there is no extra rows. If there's extra rows, you could refer to some tutorials online about how to take off the rows, but that's exact same kind of way. So now since we have the rows, the columns being taken, we just need to convert this data into binary data, because the machine doesn't understand what's the meaning of like sunny or rain, because machine is stupid. So we have to tell the machine if it's rainy, so that means it's 1. If it's not rainy, that means it's 0. So to do this, we could go and create the from the same library from Panda, we could say panda.get dummies. So .get dummies is convert the data. We're gonna see exactly on the other page. So basically, if we said over here, it's the binary data as a new variable, so we're assigning everything we get from this statement into binary data. We could call it yx or whatever. So we have panda, as we said, because we import panda.bd. Then we say panda.get dummies for the clean data. So the data has been cleaned, converted into binary, and print me for the first 5 rows. So now we see after we converted, so that function has been taken from the Panda, so you could refer to Panda to see the whole function that Panda used. So we see here we convert the play, no and yes to 2 data types. So we converted to yes, which is 1, oh sorry, no, which is 1, and yes, which is 0. So it's exactly, so now we convert our data sets to exactly to have like a binary, so to have 1 and 0s rather than to have sunny. So now we could have the overcast 0, rain 0, then sunny 1, because in this actual column we have overcast and we have like in the other columns rain. So but rain is not available here, so we have a 0 and 0. So that's how we convert the data from actual data to binary. So sunny, that means sunny is yes. Here we have overcast, and in the second row we have overcast, which is 1. So that's how we convert it. We have rain and rain, so we convert rain, and the other 2 are false. Then we play yes, so that means we played. If we don't play, that means we don't play. So that's how we convert the data. So basically, if we print the whole data, if we top of head, we see the whole data has been converted to what we want right now, which is the binary data. Since we have the binary data, now the data is ready to go and use with machine learning. But before we use it with machine learning, we could print out graphs. So to visualize the data, we could see how we could print out graphs, how we could print like columns graph, pie chart, or like different charts. I'll be talking about this in the next video, so watch me for more information. Thank you.